Hey Dragon Slayers, today's video is my first 1 week fast, part 3, from Jimmy Moore. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. Let's get started. So what were other people's reactions to this fast? When he started sharing his fasting experience on social media, the reaction he received was probably the most surprising part of the entire fast. It ran all across the spectrum, from encouraging words from people who thought this was a great idea and cheered him on, all the way to people telling him that he was killing himself and undermining the very low carb lifestyle principles that he promoted. Some of the response was so intense, as if he had used a 4-letter word in church. So, what would he have done differently? He hates to say that he'd change anything about his first experience trying a 1 week fast. The experience was what it was, and it was very eye opening. At the time, he planned to eat some coconut oil if the hunger became too much to bear. But it never did, and now he can't help but wonder if the addition of coconut oil or other strategies might have made a difference in the way that he felt. Adding in those things might have stoked some hunger, but maybe not. It got him thinking about how to tweak and improve fasting attempts in the future. After the fast ended, he decided to write to the man who inspired the 1 week fast, Dr. Seyfried himself, whom he had met in person earlier that year at an obesity conference in Baltimore, Maryland. When Jimmy told him what he had done, he said that he was happy to hear that he survived his fasting experience. He said the vitamins he took and other things added to the fast may have sent mixed signals to the body, making the fasting more difficult. Dr. Seyfried noted that a cancer prevention fast should probably be done using distilled water only and nothing else. He also lamented that Jimmy didn't measure the level of ketones, which are the byproducts of the body burning fat in his blood. Jimmy would learn more about that and start testing them a year later. Dr. Seyfried suspected that his blood ketones were elevated, which helped him endure the fast for a week. Dr. Seyfried was so impressed with Jimmy's experiment that he included it in his textbook on cancer as the metabolic disease, on the origin, management, and prevention of cancer. So here is what he wrote. He said, Mr. Jimmy Moore also described his experience with a 7-day, mostly only water fast in a podcast video. Mr. Moore is a well-known blogger for the health benefits of low-carbohydrate diets. He was also able to document the physiological changes he experienced during the fast in a non-technical language. Although Mr. Moore followed most of what Herbert Shelton would consider standard practices, Mr. Moore included bouillon cubes in the fast. Chicken and beef bouillon contains some calories and salts, which might prevent glucose from reaching the lowest levels needed to put maximum metabolic pressure on the tumor cells. However, Mr. Moore's blood glucose levels did fall within the required therapeutic ranges for tumor management during his fast. Further research is needed to document the influence of bouillon and other low-calorie, low-carbohydrate food items on blood glucose and ketone levels during fasting. Nevertheless, it is important for cancer patients to recognize from Mr. Moore's podcast that fasting, above all things, is not harmful. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. And remember, guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes.